Hello, let's start a game review. Okay, so you are white this time. Okay, in the opening, yeah, you can play anything that you want. This is like you are making big territory. If you want to restrict, then you can just have a split. Then this is one of the easier method. Of course, making reduce opponent area. That is, nothing wrong. Just it depends on you. Okay, and oh, here split is interesting. Now black has played a split. There is a basic split form. If white plays here, anyway, black can find out two space jump, right? That's why, sorry, it's here. When you split there, usually there is a basic form. You have to play the middle of the third line from those black stones. So here is the middle of the third line. When he plays here, you can make two space jump. And then when he plays here, you can still make two space jump. This is a basic information when you want to split, because if you choose this way, actually black should play this way, and now your space will not be perfect. But of course, it doesn't mean it will make you to be very bad. Usually, as I said in the middle game, when you are fighting, then that is like the situation, whether you will get better or not. So in the actual game, he has played a two space jump, it was okay, and nothing problem. When you want to search the big place, usually you can check the distance from stone to stone. From here to here is the one of the biggest place right now. So I think compared to here, I think maybe the upper side is a common. So you can play around here, around this move. If you want to have a sliding like actual game, you can do it earlier. So it's much better compared to black plays anything there first. Yeah, whatever. Black also can choose many move. Yeah. So that is a basic opening strategy. And then when he plays here, you have options, upper hane or lower hane. But now it's like the fourth line. You can play the fifth line when you play this one. Of course, now it will be very thick. It's nothing problem. But maybe I will prefer to play it on the third line more. For example, stones are like when you touch here. Also now it's like the black can choose the upper one, and the black can choose the lower one, even the second line. Even second line, the many times we hane here as well, because now here is very sensitive about the territory. For example, black plays here. For territory part, this is much better. Even base is very clean. Base is talking about the life and death. So, yep. When you play here, I mean, when your opponent plays here, lower hane can make your territory much more clear. And when he plays here, then you can even tenuki. Yeah. Of course, if you want to close the door, you can close the door. If it doesn't play there, of course, there will be your bonus of the sliding and this move. So upper hane, I can't say still that there is any mistake. So I just give you the basic information of the knowledge. There's nothing problem, but now it's like the normally when we are moving the stone. Okay, it's like the Baduk is a very simple thing. How you can go to the big place. And second is the local fighting. Local fighting means like there are whether we are having the base fighting or stone fighting. Stone fighting means now when you want to play at the left hand side, he has to move from his stone. This is a common form from his stone. And now if he has a bit worse move, jumping is a bit passive. Knight move, still they have a connection because black can connect each other. So when you place this kind of, many people are a bit afraid like you. So of course you can separate this move. Then now your base will be perfect. Of course he may not play here. He may ask me, oh, I was planning to play this kind of a strategy. But when you get it inside, actually now he lost this territory. So now it's like your mission is not killing something. You may wonder whether you get more or not. That's just like you can feel about the nature. We cannot understand perfectly about whether I get more or not. Just check how much he lost just now in this area, like here. Actually, after that, just now there was also even bonus. When you go there like this, and then when it blocks here, in the future you can even attach here, because if you connect, there will be some more end game. If he just plays here, then you have another object to destroy his territory. Of course, now you may still afraid of his cutting, but simply you can just sacrifice here, and then now you can try to play here. So, okay, so in this review, you have to just understand about the nature and yeah, local fighting nature, how to go to the big place. So you don't have to step back at this moment. If you step back, then he will be like more happy. Yeah. So now this was passive, right? Black has to play here, and however, he has to make you to defend here. But he has played here. It was a bit slow. Now you can go to, it was a great, it's wonderful. So after Black plays here, this was also not okay. Black has to take it, 33, and then now he can bother your base, right? When you go around the knight move, or normally Jose is here, but still is like, this is not the strong group. Black can even choose later when we invade here, there will be some interesting, you know, the Aji Black can try to steal the base. I don't mean White played wrongly, just is like that is a Black's right. But he just 10 okay at this moment. So now you can take the 33. And when we are talking about the big plays logic, we still have to go to the bigger area, because jumping can destroy the Black's area, but it's not hurting the base. Still, Black's base may not be that so trouble, right? So Black can even 10 okay one more time. So now in the actual game, you did it like this by Sente. It was wonderful. So White has got a lot at this moment. Yet this move, I want to talk to you about that. If you think about this group is not in danger, then of course you can go to big plays, but I think maybe I can only see the big plays the upper side. Two space jump is gonna be okay. Nice move is gonna be okay. And I think there is nothing problem. And other than those moves, then you can start to have an invasion. Yeah, like when you defend, you can just jump out. When you want to attack here, that we are just fighting like a nature. I told you that instead of playing like slow move, it doesn't mean White is gonna be that. You can play this move and here and this move. Yeah, you can make the beautiful shape. And then now you have to keep focus to the go out to the center. If you ask me about this group is not in danger, you have some eye shape and open area, wide open at the center, so still you can play. Yeah, and this move can make more powerful Aji. In the actual game, you have got this move from Black, right? So here and this move, yeah, this move is okay, and this is also okay. Anyway, when Black goes here, always there will be Aji, like actual game. So when he goes there, yeah, basically you have to separate here, then you may feel very, very painful to lose the corner like this. That's why when you play the large knight move, the bad part is of course the Aji, yeah, compared to knight move there. So if you answer, actually it's nothing problem. Now, if you ask me about whether I have a method to attack this group, no, that is like just sharing area. You have to share. You just go there first, and then when he goes there, your present is like you make the clean territory. When you just play here, is your turn. You just get in inside. Normally, Black should play here. You can jump out. It's just, you know, it's like, it's fine. It's playable for each other. And in the actual game, so when you go there, so invasion was very powerful. And where was the actual game? Yeah, normally if you want to let them connect each other, at least you have to complete this move, and then now you have to go back to play jumping or here. This is like the base point to each other. So of course you can't kill the Black's group, but now when you go there, actually Black can just crush away like this. In the actual game, the method was a bit wrong. So now it's like game is very similar. All right, now you take the base. Okay, this is probably like the misreading. Normally when we are a bit not sure about the cutting, first of all about the ladder, but of course it doesn't matter about the ladder because you can make the sente, your opponent can make sente and they capture the two stones. So now White must take it back, step back here, and then like Black capture answer here. This fighting will be done. I can see the biggest at the lower side now, because the distance is like here is the widest area on the whole board. So now in the actual game, you make him to step back. So it was like, actually extending is good enough, because now when you extend here, when he goes here, still this group is, I can't say is strong group. When he just jumps here, still you have a perfect base, right? You don't need to be worried about the life and death. That means if you have a like ladder breaker later, you can even push and cut. If you don't want to push and cut, then you can even choose this kind of, move, and then I think this is like a very good point for you. Okay, so in the actual game, it was still great. Okay, Black is quite passive, right? Normally how we are fighting, when you go there, I can't feel about anything about your area. But just is like, when you almost complete the game, then you need to check whether there is like a big area at the side or corner. I can see this area. Just this, is like, stealing this area is valuable. Yeah, it has a value, but I think it's like that's normal. Okay, now if I tell you about the Black's anger, how does he have to play? Black should just keep support his head position, and then he has to just keep go out to the center as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. But this move can make you a bit happy because now you are getting thicker in this area. When he goes here, now it's like, okay, now, until now, actually, I cannot see that much big problem. It was very good, yeah. I think maybe today, okay, I didn't care about the other listener. I just focus about your listening. I think I can talk better somehow. Next time, maybe I better to make the video, something like that. Okay, so still this is actually important point. At this moment, okay, now is like the biggest place is like here, and then when he plays here, okay, at this moment, you just have to think about how you can answer. If you want to develop the territory, of course, this is better. What do you think about it? About this move or like actual game? You need to check the stone condition, whether when it goes here, actually black should move from the stone most of the time. Stone has to have a connection. There are like, what did I say about the local fighting? Local fighting means you can separate about touching fighting and non-touching fighting. Touching means like you are touching here, right? Especially at the side, right? When you touch, then we have to think about hane or extend here or out inside the hane and then cut, and then there will be something happen, right? This is touching fighting. Non-touching fighting is like sometimes a jumping fighting, and then we are just jumping each other. So still is moving from the stone, even the non-touch fighting. Jumping or knight move or large knight move or do space jump, we are doing whatever. But now, what is this called? Is it called the elephant jump? I forgot. Now it has a bit less connection. Then what you have to judge is whether your 2 stones, 3, 4, 5 stones are weaker than this or stronger than this. It's not like okay, I'm afraid about your next move. I'm so afraid of your next move. No, when you start to play here first, he has no time to do this kind of a thing. He has no time. Because now after that, you can even try to set up the net. Maybe you can do more thing. Yeah, even if you just step back here, now you are attacking him. Let's say that maybe you may ask me, what about you just survive there? And you can just push here. There will be like appearing about the Aji. Okay, Aji will appear. Even if, okay, even if you are just gentle and nice, then normally he need to go where? He has to go to the center. Center is what? No value and no value area. That means you can take some side naturally. That's why that is like the really minimum of the minimum. So when he goes here, how to judge about whether you have to answer or you have to just repunish? You are stronger than him or not. You have to judge about that. Because now he just didn't have a connection move from his stone, right? Yeah, like this is like he has a connection, right? This is like kind of a local fighting. But when we go somewhere, let's say that we play here. Let's say the white area is very huge and then we want to reduce. Now it's not too huge because now black white both wide open each other at the center. At that time we are saying that we are not starting from milestone because we went to the big place and we are just starting from new area. Do you get it? But this is not like that. So now you have to punish. Yeah, if you answer, then you will become good move, even though he gives sacrifice in the future. Okay, however, and then now, if you think this group is not in danger, like this is like the base point each other, is a very good point each other, and even if you let him save there, he doesn't have 2 eyes, then you can make him to fly into the sky, and it has a value. You may think about that is very tiny, but it's not tiny, because it's like, if black plays here, black can let you answer, and then black is earning by Sente. And one more thing is like when you do that, okay, now you are very nicely answering, and later you can even bother this kind of a base point. I don't mean you can kill this group, but it's just happy. It's happy for you. But now when you play here, if you cannot kill this one, what do you think about the value? How much are you getting from 66? You may possible to think about your base was not sure. Actually, when you extend here, everything is okay. It's life and death, right? So in order to do it where in the life local fighting, we have to have like the good moving skill, like extending hane, and then what's that? The cutting, connecting, and then approaching, and then we have a jumping, and what did I want to say? Yeah. And another one is like the life and death, of course, and then capturing skill. Yeah. Now we get to play here emotionally. Why we get to care? Maybe it can be possible to cover the ladder. Yeah, but if this is actually best defending, but let's say that there is nothing. When he goes ladder, and when you just play here, do you think one stone, two stones, whose stones are stronger? Of course, white stones are stronger because black should push the back. And then now you can even extend. Extending can make you to not lose this fighting. If you're afraid of this grow, yeah, of course, eventually the life and death will be happen. So I can understand maybe you wanted to protect, I guess. So this is like that. Yeah, normally we have to move. Let's say that he doesn't think about the two, there is no two eyes, then he should move from his stone. Yeah, like this. Like this. Of course, when you have a wedge, there will be like the double damage again. Like white is getting more damage than black. So, but this one is totally not related to stone. So now I get to think about like the you are too passive. That is like the because you still didn't understand properly about the nature of the stones and the big place and the local fighting. Yeah, how to go to the big place? So maybe if I'm talking about the biggest place logic, then I can recommend you to play your still same. And still this will be a very good place for each other. Yeah, because now you can make him to jump to the center and you can just jump together. And only if I have to tell you about this one, okay? Then now separating is better. Here. What do you have to be afraid about there? Because white stones are all connected, black stones are separated. Actually, black should play like this. This is normal, but when we go there, we have to finally go to the center and then our stepping is slow. So usually we have to play the fastest step is better. Because when we cut, even if we can't make the ladder, we give up the one stone and then we can have another value more than white to get. That's why you have to separate and you don't have to be afraid of that area. Okay, now it's very common, difficult to find out the big area, right? So when he goes here, it's more tough to get it inside because he has one more supporter. So there is all right timing. Yeah, if you are a bit afraid about the invasion, in my previous video, then you can see a lot of invasion, information from my channel. Yeah. Now when you go, of course, maybe I'm not sure whether I just did it or not. But when you check about the distance is like wide open, then you have to start to do that. Invasion and reduction is like the one of the biggest plays in the middle game. So it's necessary to do that. We cannot avoid. Because just now, your opponent did it, but if you don't do it, then you are losing something, right? Oh, by the way, today I didn't set up the camera properly. Hello? Finally, it's following me? Okay. Sorry, I didn't know that my face was cutting half. Whatever. Anyway, you guys are now watching my face, right? Okay, so here and then 2 space jump. Now you choose the reduction instead of invasion because one timing late. And finally, what happens there? Of course, is life and death. Life and death, life and death. Yes. Okay, you copy what he did. So eventually, it will not be happen like same as just now. If you don't have this kind of friend, and let's say that it was like same as actual game. Same as actual game, that will be a little bit helping you more because this will bother you. And when you hane, then you will have a better shape, right? Like you can make it, even if he plays a double hane anyway, you can make him to answer and you can make 2 eyes there. So all the time, life and death and moving method. Yeah, local fighting. It happens here. Alright, who knows this life and death? What happened will be there. Do you guys know that? If I tell you about detailing, actually this one better not to give hane because now is like however white set up the shape, then black is ready to jump here. Black can bother better than just now, like this. Yeah, of course white is still may possible to save it there because there is still chance to crawl on the deadline. So in the actual game it's like this and this one and then tiger's mouth. Originally white is play extending because this, yeah. And of course it can be a bit hard, I understand. And this will be the finally cool. But it was like, it's very common to make the... Have you learned about this one? Who can solve this problem? If black just invade here, we can kill, okay? One of the high level, yeah, life and death. If black just captures here, there is nothing problem. So it's like life and death is actually very, very, of course, important. Yeah, so some people keep asking me, I don't think that life and death will happen in my actual game. It's okay. Even if you don't ever happen, then you will get the power how you are thinking about the movement. You have to create the movement. Then we need to have like the exercise. Yeah, then you can just solve that situation and solve the problem in the new situation. So when you play here, and this was like good move, and then black can just continue to kill this one. Maybe probably black was afraid of this move, but still black can fight. So in the actual game, eventually black plays here, and then now you get 2 eyes here. So yep, it's the end the game. Yeah, finally. I think it was okay. I'm not sure whether this move. Yeah, actually white can even ignore there. Black is really not possible to have a 2 eyes there. But of course, we have to be afraid of the accident. So black maybe want to just use the trick. And finally, I think actually I just told you guys everything that I need. Yeah, here you spent 1 move. I prefer to play here because it's like that is tiny. And you can check how you are checking the value. You have to compare between you play here, how much you are earning, between black plays here, how much you are losing. That is how you can check the value. Compared to here, I think here will be much bigger. Because this will be push will be yours. If he answers, then it will be good for you. And if black plays here first, then it will be like, who plays first will be much better. So it's like, yep. But you did it, finally. Yeah, I can see that you are afraid of too much now. Yeah, it's like suddenly black got a lot of territory. Actually, now you have already 2 eyes. Can you feel that there is some hiding eye? What if you do that? And because now here will be there, then now it's like, here is neutral point. Center is like wide area, especially, I think now you are, it's like SDK player, right? It can be between, DDK and SDK players. There will be like the many times the center will happen like this. Normally on the YouTube video when I teach, most of the time we don't have that much chance to see like this kind of a center because it's like about the progress and the learning progress and also middle game logic is a bit different between that level player and then the Q level player. I can confidently say that from my teaching experience. So, and what I want to say is like in this area is very, very wide, but it doesn't mean it's big place. Can you understand? Because when you go there, there will be none. And then black plays here, there will be none. Maybe there is some, but just we cannot see. But it's like kind of the neutral point. It's not neutral point right now, but you can just imagine like what you did in the actual game. And this move also you can just read about this variation. You can even get the center. When you get in here, you can block here, then you can open here much more than like this. Yeah. Normally we do not lose by 1 mistake. So suddenly he get much more territory, right? Compared to you do this one. Yeah. And when he plays here, you can just cut here and then now here will be much, much better. Even if you stop and then you play somewhere jumping and you give up here sacrificing, it still is okay. And this kind of center is not the neutral point because now you can see that when you put something here has some color. And then when you go there, if you make him to answer, already you reduce. If he doesn't answer, then you can get him more later, right? So in the end game. Okay, so here was like you are afraid over there. And then finally black just take the center. Yeah, here is like a neutral point too. Neutral point. There is 0 point. After that, and the game was amazing. Okay. If I tell you about like detail, black also can throw in inside, white better to play extending here. Because now you can see the attachment. When you get in here, then you restrict his Hane Sente. So when we go there, then we are playing the extending here especially. When you have a stone sometimes like this, and this situation we have to play Hane. Because extending can make nothing different in the future. You can push anyway. But this time is interesting. You can see the attachment later. So we have to learn it by experience. Yeah. Okay, so you told me that you lost the 2 point. It of course will have many chances in the end game. Yeah, from now. Like this Hane here, I feel like here is bigger. And also we have to do the center as soon as possible in the end game. So but I think that's not the big point anyway. If you understand, actually, you can step it very easily. I think this SDK stably. Yeah, I think maybe this game, I think review is more comfortable if I just only talk to your anger. Yeah, because I just tried to talk everybody last time. I think I can just focus about like the your part, about instead of the black's part. Alright, so I think you can understand perfectly, right? Okay, so thank you so much for watching for this video. Sorry about it, cutting my face in the opening. Then see you guys next time. Bye bye.